iHeartRadio Broadway, driven by Mercedes-Benz. The best or nothing.
Hi, this is S.J. Arniger for iHeartRadio Broadway, and today I have the distinct honor of speaking with Broadway legend Bernadette Peters on her upcoming concert special benefiting Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS this Friday, July 10th at 8 p.m., live streamed on iHeartRadioBroadway.com. Bernadette, thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, I'm thrilled to be here, Sarah Jane, thrilled.
So my first question before we talk about the concert is just how are you doing right now with quarantine and really everything that's going on right now?
It's been very interesting. It's interesting to watch the world take on the issues about racism but people are speaking out. I am so proud of us that are speaking out. I'm horrified at the other people who are doing terrible things and feel that it's okay to do that, you know. So, I mean, those things that happen in the middle of the night scare me a lot for humanity, basically, you know. Mm-hmm. But as far as the quarantine, I have my beautiful animals, and I'm lucky because I have an outdoor space. I have a roof garden. So that saved me. So I go out there, and it's summer, so it's blooming. I don't know what would happen if this was going on in the winter, but you know.
We're thriving. We're trying as best as we can.
Yes. How are you doing with it?
I'm good. I actually left the city for the first time in 112 days for July 4th. So it was lovely to get out of the city for 5 days.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So I want to dive into the concert. The concert is going to be live streamed on iHeartRadioBroadway.com and BroadwayCares.org this Friday, July 10th at 8 p.m. I have to say, I'm very excited because it is also my birthday on July 10th.
So it's happy little birthday. Yeah.
Nice little birthday present to myself. But I want to go back to 2009 when the concert originally happened. What was the original concept and for the concert?
Well, we came up with the title Broadway Barks because Broadway Cares, and it was a fundraiser that was for Broadway Cares and Broadway Barks, my organization that helps shelter animals get adopted. So we have 28 shelters that we say we only have 28 because that's all we can fit in the alley. We do an adoption event in Schubert Alley between shows. So there's like a time limit and a space limit. But actually this year we did a virtual Barks that'll be on July 16th, and it's called Broadway Barks Across the Country. So we have celebrities from across the country and more shelters. We've added shelters that we are helping across the country. So I'm really thrilled about that. But so that basically was the concept because, and then between that, we figured out the opening, which is very special, and the beginning of the second act, which is also very special. So you want to know about the opening?
We're going to get to that in a second. So again, the concert was in 2009. Now, were you the one that went to Broadway Cares and said, maybe this could be a really good fundraiser event while we're all in quarantine, or did they approach you for the concert?
I'm trying to remember. I think I approached them. I think we approached them.
And it's a pretty easy thing to say yes to because it is such an amazing concert.
Well, I was gung-ho on raising. We raised over $600,000, maybe $650,000, and I was out there calling people and saying, how much do we have? That's not enough. We have to raise more. I'll do that. I'll go sing 2 songs for, X amount of money. I'll go make a phone call for that amount. I was just doing everything that I possibly could to raise money.
And so we kind of talked about it a little bit, but there are these very special moments that happen during the concert. I know between the March of the Siamese Children from King and I, there is a very special moment that happens there. But for those that may not have seen clips, can you give our audience members just some little tidbits of what to expect from the concert Friday night?
Well, I had the idea, and I think I got the idea on the plane, I had done a concert in Australia, and on the plane home, which is a very long ride, that's when I think I got the idea to open the show with the opening of Into the Woods. That's a great opening. Once upon a time, da, 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 da. And then I thought, I'm going to ask my friend Mary Tyler Moore to be the narrator. And she said, sure, I'll do it. And then I told Steve Sondheim about it, and he said, oh, let me rework it a little bit for you. So it was his idea for me to play the witch and Cinderella at the same time. So
it's a pretty genius opening, I will say that. So people have a lot to look forward to when this concert starts on Friday night.
yes, and with the original a lot of the original cast members are there also.
Any other little tidbits you want to let our audience into for the concert?
I just wanted to tell you, it was Merle Louise, Lauren Mitchell, and Kay McClellan came, and Joy France came to redo their roles in the opening number, which was so thrilling. And then the second act opens with dogs. And you know, I have trouble remembering people's names. Every dog I rattled, I knew exactly who they were, where they came from. I rescued a lot of those dogs actually myself. So
I will say that moment is so spectacular. I'm a dog person, so it's so spectacular to see this happen, and I cannot wait for people to be able to see this moment.
Oh, thanks.
So on top of the concert, you also are being interviewed by Michael Urie as new content for the concert, and I believe it's a beginning section, an intermission, and then you close it out with Michael. So how did Michael become attached to the project?
You know, he's such a darling, and we became friends when I did Ugly Betty. We tell the story how he adopted a dog from me. He didn't mean to. I won't give it away, but he just wanted to talk to me, and what can I say? But I apologized to him anyway on the video. But we have become friends since then, and I'm just such a fan of his, and he's so talented. And everyone must have seen Buyer and Seller, because if you hadn't seen it in person, which I did, which was like, oh my God, this is so brilliant. He's so brilliant. He actually streamed it online for Broadway.com, and brilliantly with a couple of iPhones, 2 iPhones, and it was sensational. And then he did something called Frankie and Will. He also did the Inspector Calls, I think that's what it's called. And he played Hamlet. The guy really can act, you know. But anyway, he's so sweet. And he's done Broadway Barks for us a few times. And I invited him to please come and join me, and because he was there at the concert that night.
Oh, wow.
He actually was there too. I didn't even realize that when I asked him. So he was there and talked about the experience and who was in the audience and what it was like for him. So that was nice. And so that's, you know, he's such a beautiful light. So it's a thrill to have him on the screen with me.
So again, the concert is this Friday, July 10th at 8 p.m. live streamed on iHeartRadio, Broadway.com, BroadwayCares.org, and also Playbill.com. But I do want to touch upon Broadway Cares. You've been a part of the Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS family for a really long time. What is it about this organization that just in times of need, but also in times when everything is normal, they are just the organization that just lends a hand to our community?
I just can't say enough about them. You know, I'm so proud. I'm on the board, and here's the thing that they do. I mean, they started this organization because there was a great need. And I applaud people that just go, well, I'm going to do something about this, you know, and I'm going to start something. But then Tom Viola, who basically is the head of it, he helps wherever a need is. He helped during the fires in Australia. He sent money there. He sent Hurricane Katrina. He sent Hurricane Sandy. And haven't spoken to him yet. I meant to tell. I just read that they gave $1 million to Equity so that every actor in Equity, their medical is covered. I mean, how beautiful is that? And now they branched out. They're extending to social justice and anti-racism organizations, which is so needed right now. So they just stand by when they just always act. They don't just, it's not just words, they really act.
Right. And what do you think it is about the Broadway community that we all seem to come together so quickly in times of need to just help and lend a hand? What do you think it is about our community that does that so well?
You know, I think that we're dealing with our emotions all the time. We're actors, and I think we're sensitive, and I think we have great compassion, and I think we're highly sensitive people, and I think our hearts go out whenever something is happening in the world that needs our attention. And there's a lot of things right now that need our attention. Mm-hmm. We have to go out with a mask, and because people die, you know, right now. The racism things that are going on right now are horrifying. And I went to Tom to say, let's stream this concert, because the only people that saw it were the people that were there that night, because I wanted to do something for my fellow performers who lost their jobs. Mm-hmm. They had to figure out how to buy groceries, how to pay the rent. And we don't exactly know how long this will last, you know. So Tom started the COVID-19 fund. So there is a fund that he gives money. It's the Actors Fund that Tom gives money to, the Actors Fund. So we all can be taken care of and take care of each other. And it's quite beautiful.
And so again, the concert is July 10th, 8 p.m. live streamed on BroadwayCares.org, Playbill, iHeartRadio, Broadway.com. But before I let you go, I do want to go back to what you touched upon at the beginning. Your Broadway Barks next week, it's the July 16th. It's the 22nd annual Broadway Barks, and now it's a virtual benefit. Did you ever in your wildest imagination think that this organization, this thing would be at 22 years?
No, and it's so wonderful. And this year, because we had to do it virtually, and because performers have such large hearts and love animals, we have a list you can't believe from all over the country joining us, starting with Lin-Manuel and Bette Midler. I mean, everybody just wants to help. But when they talk about their animal, all this love comes pouring out of them, which we need right now in the world. So it's a really good thing.
It's an amazing lineup. I mean, everyone from Broadway to TV to film, Hugh Jackman. It's an amazing lineup, and it's Thursday, July 16th. And to learn more, you can go to BroadwayBarks.com to find out more information.
And Broadway Cares.
And BroadwayCares.org.
Broadway.com, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Bernadette, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. We wish you so much love and happiness during this time. Again, the concert this Friday, we cannot wait.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's great to talk to you, and thank you.
Thanks. We'll talk soon.
Okay. Bye.
iHeartRadio Broadway, driven by Mercedes-Benz. The best or nothing.